Happy July, everybody. Shit, it's already July 1st. And I don't know if I like that, but whatever. It's halfway to something. And only a little more than a month away than my album recording. But the day after the weekend where Bobby and I were together doing podcasts and shows and stuff. So Bobby, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well, buddy. Finally recovered, I think. How about you?
Well, I didn't do anything, so I mean there's no recovery. I'm the same me no matter what. I kind of just, as you saw, I just go to bed early, I wake up, I drink coffee, I yell things, I repeat. That's my whole life.
You really kind of are one of the few guys who's the exact same off stage as you are on stage.
100%.
There's moments
People,
where you're like, yeah, let's have a fun, deep conversation. Then there's moments where like, shut the fuck up. And you're like, all right, it's his time to talk.
I never yelled "shut the fuck up" once to you.
I meant more the audience.
Oh yeah, that's my
Yeah.
third joke. It's called "shut the fuck up." This is a great bit I do.
In Connecticut, that's my every third joke.
Yeah. Oh, then the fourth time they yell it to you.
We bleed green around here. Do ya?
No, they're
Do
just
ya?
like, no, we just have no interest in Chinese Jesus.
Two people love that fucking joke.
They did. A Chinaman and a guy named Jesus. They both thought it was the greatest, but
And that's the two I'm trying to impress.
nice. So we got Kevin in here, Kish in here. What's going on, guys? Kev saying, so I was thinking about getting a piercing over my asshole. Way to start off our Monday that feeds through a
Boom,
ring
boom.
like a pastry tube, so I can get cookie cutters in there and poop in the form of stars and hearts and such. Yeah, like Play-Doh factory. I was gonna say that. That's not your idea. That's Play-Doh.
I thought, dude, did Plato ever cross with Mr. Potato Head?
I'm sure at one point they did.
Because that would be a hell of a product.
Well, Play-Doh doesn't really stick. I mean, it would stick. The skin gets oily, but it won't stick to like fake potato.
You can figure out a way to flush it out.
I mean,
Like, that
yeah,
could-
but like you're asking people who like play with Play-Doh and potato heads to figure shit out. And kids don't really figure stuff out all the time. And adults who are playing with that shit ain't figuring shit out.
No, they're just gonna drool on whatever you give them, whether it's a potato head or the Play-Doh.
Oh, at this point in my life, I'm just looking for someone who seems excited. So I'll take a drooler any day of the week. Why not? Yeah, it's July. It's fucking hot. It's like I'm learning now that I'm working during the day again. I do like the summertime better, not for the heat, but for the fact that when you wake up, it actually looks like morning. I hate in the
Doesn't.
winter when you wake up and it's like still night. And I'm like, no. And I know it's not. I know I'm talking like a child, but whatever. That's how I feel. If you wake up and it's still dark out, it's still night. I don't care what the clock says. That's night. When it's light out, that's day.
I mean, when you think about it, that's how humans used to be, right? You would wake up when the sun woke you up because it gets really hot about an hour before you wake up and before the sun rises, and then you'd go to bed right when the sun went. Like, that's how we should be.
Farmers did that. I don't think people did that in Alaska where they have like 3 days of light because then they're like, there's the eyes are burning. They're like, what the fuck? Fish.
That's why meth's so popular in Alaska. Because
I don't think they had meth back in the day. I think meth is a newer invention.
I'm gonna have to do a little research. Pat, do you know where I can get some meth?
I saw a documentary with this guy who used to make it in a treehouse, and then he started robbing banks, but then he died. So no.
I wanted to live out the first part where he did boogie boarding and rob banks.
You boogie boarded. He didn't
Yeah.
boogie board.
He surfed.
Yeah.
He was super inspired by the movie Point Break.
Yes. I did watch the documentary on that. So people not know what we're talking about. There's a documentary about robbing a bank, and there's boogie boarding and surfboarding and stuff like that. Bobby is pushing in the boogie boarding because Bobby went away with his mom and now thinks he's the boogie boarding champion of like North Dakota
I
or
don't,
some
but
shit.
apparently O'Neill and Hurley do. So
They don't.
who are we
They
doing?
took a picture of you. Bobby, if you know your own jokes, what's happening to you now is what's happened before. You think it's this big thing, but they're just going to go, even anyone can boogie board. It's going to be the same thing as you had when you're running thing, where they think you're special needs. And they're like, look, even this Downsy can fucking float.
Not with that head.
But that's how good the boards are. Hurley and O'Neill. We'll keep your head up. It's like, that's
Oh my
nice.
God. Hold your head up. Ow.
Surfs
be a hell of a
up when
commercial.
you're downs. Surfs up when you're downs is a new t-shirt we need to make.
Yes, we do. Let's put it. I'll have it ready to go by the end of the episode.
Head 10 instead of hang 10. It's just your 10. It's at least 10 inches your forehead.
I like it. I like it.
Downs a bunga.
Nah, now we're stretching it. They don't know what that means.
They don't know what any of this means. It's
Why
not
does that man
for
want
them.
my butthole?
It's okay. I've never told a joke about retarded people when it was for them.
Oh, all of my jokes are for retarded people.
That's a great Anthony Jeselnik joke where he's like, everyone's like, it's really hard to tell jokes about retarded people. It's like, no, you just have to tell to them real slow.
Jeselnik's the man.
He is the man in many ways, but I have a bunch of stories, so why don't we just kick off? Are you familiar with a man named Elon Musk?
Yeah, the African.
No. Are you familiar with Kamala Harris?
Not African.
And are you familiar with Donald Trump?
The big three.
That's the threesome. Well, Elon Musk used his ownership of X/Twitter, whatever, and he slams Kamala Harris for lying about Trump on X. So he saw something she posted and he spoke up about it, which people are a little bothered by because should he be saying anything about what people are putting out there? You know what I mean? It's like, should never go there. What's going on? Oh, there was this noise like you're getting your head. Oh, shit.
Yeah, my neighbors decided now is the perfect time to start chopping stuff up. Hang on, I'll drown them out.
No, it's okay. I just thought someone was getting a haircut next to you. I was like, what's going on?
There we go. Is that better?
Oh. You said that and shit started sounding like, dum, 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 dum. I don't know what that is.
All right, how about now?
I mean, at the moment, I'm not hearing anything. So I think we're fine.
Perfect. Sorry, buddy.
No, don't worry at all. I want to make sure you're okay. Elon Musk called out Vice President Kamala Harris on Monday for lying about former President Donald Trump's abortion stance, while proclaiming that the social media platform's community notes feature keeps politicians accountable when trying to spread falsehoods about their opponents. Harris said Sunday on her X account that Trump would ban abortion nationwide, and that she and President Biden will do everything in their power to stop him and restore women's reproductive freedom. Her post was then flagged by a community note stating that President Trump has repeatedly said he will not sign a national abortion ban.
What?
What?
Why won't he sign that bill? That's the only reason I was voting for him.
Well, he is
Trying to trap some people.
He's been saying that the entire time. What he's been saying is that he's going to leave it to each state, and it's their call what they do. He doesn't think the whole government should be doing it, and it really should be women anyway. But if we're going to be trolling it by the government, it should be each state. So
But
they've been saying, no, you're not saying that.
But if women can't choose, why? How can I trap them? If women have their choice, how can I lock them down?
When will politicians, or at least the intern who runs their account, learn that lying on this platform doesn't work anymore? Musk responded to an X post of his own. Trump has indeed said he will not enact a national abortion ban, despite calls for it from some Republicans, and would leave regulation of the procedure up to the states. I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe versus Wade. Killing is the wrong term. And moving it back to the states, the former president said at the first debate with Biden on Thursday. Now the states are working it out. Trump added that he does believe that abortion should be allowed in cases of rape, incest, and to spare the life of the mother. What happened is we brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing. Biden, meanwhile, reiterated that he would restore Roe versus Wade if he came back into office. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying, we're going to turn civil rights back to the states, let each state have a different rule, the incumbent argued. Harris had spearheaded the Biden-Harris campaign's effort to hit Trump for being responsible for overturning Roe versus Wade in June 2022. Trump nominated 3 conservative Supreme Court justices while he was in the White House, leading the court to rule 6-3 and overturn the 1973 opinion that legalized abortion through the U.S. Trump has been initially quiet about his position on the issue before making an announcement in April. My view is now that we have abortion where everyone wanted it from a legal standpoint. The states will determine by vote or legislation, or perhaps both. And whatever they decide must be the law of the land. In this case, a law of the state. Harris' team pointed the post to a press release claiming Trump will ban abortion nationwide that they released after the Musk spat. Elon Musk was in discussions for a role in a Trump White House she wrote Elon Musk was in discussions for a role in Trump, and then she wrote the word dictatorship and then put a line through it. White House is using the platform he overpaid for to lie to Twitter followers. Yeah, we ain't calling it X, the campaign said in their press release. The statement noted Trump's previous comments in 2018 supporting a federal 20-week abortion bill that was shot down by Senate Democrats. Who is the piece of shit in the story? Is it Kamala Harris for posting something that has lies in it? Kamala Harris is already so unlikable that the Democrats are worried that even though Biden looked like he died at the fucking debates on Thursday, literally shut down and died and was too old to do anything, normally in any other situation, they would go, it's okay because Kamala's there. And then the panic by Democrats right away is, holy shit, who do we nominate instead? Because we wouldn't even just go with her and say she's running it. Not at all. There's no way we could do that. She's so unlikable, but then therefore is now thinking that if she does this, it'll get people to support her more. If anything, it's just going, you're just looking desperate and stupid. Is it Trump for playing around with the wording and things like that in nature? Yes, he's saying he wants the states to run it, this, now, whatever. He did still get rid of a system that was working for a while. Yes, we're changing over a new way. You're putting it in different hands. He has tried to play with the wording the same way, too. He said that Biden, by doing this, by Roe versus Wade, was allowing you to kill babies after they're born. Because if you could, because it goes right to the beginnings, right after 9 months, a little bit after. Now, no one is allowing that or trying to do that, but yes, it does read that way. They're back and forth just saying horseshit about a thing that I don't believe either one cares about because they're both 80 years old and they're not coming in anybody. So what the fuck do they care? And also Kamala Harris is a jackal and no one's jizzing in that lady. But anyway, that no one cares about that stuff at all. This is Elon Musk for getting involved in this way. I get it. He wants to make sure that everything's fair and just. But there's a lot of things that Trump puts out there, too, that could be seen as lies. Are those being flagged as well? There's lies all over the place. There's people that have been lying about me for a long time. Where's Elon with his fact checker? There's people that lie about Bobby all the time. I saw one lady say she was attractive on there, and I know her. She's gross. People aren't always saying different things about there, and they're lying. So if we're going to call out one liar, call out all the liars. Who is the piece of shit in this story, Bobby?
So before I say this, I have to preface by saying easy, Terry, because my piece of shit in the story is the Supreme Court of the United States. It was supposed to be divided like this, Pat. The court ruled on the law, the legislation made the law, and the president enacted the laws, right? Then racism happened. So in order to win that, they went to the Supreme Courts. They used judicial review. So now the Supreme Court got to rule on whether something was constitutional or not. Incredibly helpful, incredibly necessary to get the ball rolling when you had a bunch of people who were voted in the pre-Civil War era. Then after that, we didn't get the power back. Like, it used to be the legislation's the closest to us, so it used to be the pulse of the people. Now it's not that. It's in the hands of either the president, who at no point was supposed to make laws, but only he has the power to outweigh it. And literally the logic has become, well, I guess 8 idiots is better than 1 idiot making the decision. So it's kind of us for allowing the democracy to fall apart. It'd be a lot easier to stomach if it wasn't 2 guys who probably couldn't make it through a round of golf.
I guess you didn't watch Thursday?
No, I did watch. That's my point. If they tried to do this with no
Trump
caddies,
could make it through all the rounds of golf. Trump's the best golfer. He could beat anybody at golf at any time. He's seen Biden swing. He doesn't like his swing. It's a terrible swing.
The irony here is, yes, they're talking about golf, but the argument Kamala's making is that Trump's trying to take away our civil liberties, and it's like by giving it to the states, you're just making it more hands-on. Everything's backwards. Government's all a lie. Buy guns and ammo.
I mean, I guess you can all buy guns and ammo. Get a license first. Don't just buy guns and ammo. Make sure you're on the up and up. We
Thought this
don't
was
need you to-
America. No, yeah.
No, don't buy it from your friend Tito. Please buy it from somewhere you're supposed to. We have no problem with you having a gun, but make sure that we all know you have a gun because a lot of you shouldn't have a gun.
Who's your
I don't
piece of
really
shit,
go. I've got to do it, and I was gonna say I don't really ever go one side or the other politically. I don't do my comedy or things like this, but we brought this up because it's crazy that there's been lying on Twitter. I'm not mad at Elon Musk for doing his thing. I'm not mad at Trump for wanting to call it out as well. I'm not really mad at Kamala for making attempts. She hasn't been good at it, but at least she's going down swinging. She's trying to. What's the big topic that women moved over from one point to go after, get away from Trump in the first place? One of the huge things was abortion or women's rights in general. And a lot of women do feel like Trump doesn't give women's rights. So I get what she's trying to do because she saw fucking her president there, the guy who's keeping her in the office, fucking failed like a Chuck E. Cheese robot when the power went out. So she doesn't know what the fuck to do. But the piece of shit in the story is Joe Biden, because Joe Biden has come out and said, if I get elected, I will reinstate Roe versus Wade. You're elected right now. You're in there right the fuck now. So you're only going to do it if we vote you back in, which means you don't give a fuck if it's there or it's not there. So why lie about it? Like if you'd be saying, I'm right now currently working on this regardless of what happens. I'm working on it right now. So when someone else votes him in, we can get it going. But you don't. You're only saying it because you want people to hear it. You're hoping women will go, okay, he's doing that. And that's like someone saying, hey, if you don't break up with me, I'll be nicer. Well, just be nicer. You know what I mean? Why do you have to, you don't just wait till they agree to shit. Like when a kid, it's like, I'll take you out to Chuck E. Cheese if you clean your room. Just clean your room, then you get Chuck E. Cheese all the time anyway. Just fucking clean your room. It's just like, it's simple as that. If you want to have something done, you think it's the right thing to do, you fucking do it. If not, shut the fuck up. You don't care. But fucking a guy who's going to be 86 when he gets out in 4 years, if he's elected, doesn't care about jizz, fucking anything. He doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. The motherfucker said at the debate that it's no big deal. I'm the oldest guy ever to be in office because I was also the youngest guy. That's bananas. The fact that you can say that out loud, that you did full circle, you shouldn't be that fucking old. Die.
The best part for me, dude, is there's one guy who's working so hard on the Biden campaign that the minute he gets elected, he's like, Joe, how about that Roe v. Wade thing, buddy? It's kind of counting on you to come through.
Yeah. And then Joe just goes, come.
When he dies.
Yeah, Roe versus Wade and come. Get it? It's hilarious.
I'd love to see.
Is Terry putting monkey faces?
It's not enough letters for Obama like I thought he was doing. But I don't know if it's
like symbol. I was like, it's not letters.
But the other
Trump shot in 18. Yeah. Trump shot in 18 on 18 holes.
Yep.
It was the best. Yeah, I actually shot a 17.
That's a Kim Jong Il thing, right? Where he holds the record at the golf course for an 18.
Yes.
But if Kamala
on a par 36.
No, which is nuts. the extra strokes, he took strokes away for each person he executed along the way that it pretended like his ball didn't go in the hole. But if Kamala somehow lands the nomination, I would love to see System of a Down come out and support her opponent. Just be like, she's trying to build a prison. She's trying to build a prison. She's locked up more African Americans than the movie My Cousin Vinny's Lawyer. Like, she is so anti that community that when it comes time for her to play that card, I hope they see it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, ladies, I don't want to sound like an asshole saying this, but neither one of these guys is good for you. Like, it's just, they're not. I mean, right now, I don't want to be that white guy who says he knows things, and I don't know shit. I'm not really trying to be, but my stupid opinion is this. All these groups that have been coming out in the last couple of years, like Pride people and Black Lives Matter and the women's rights movements and all that. They're just doing that to shut you the fuck up. It's all run by white people. I mean, we really should. There are incredibly intelligent, powerful women in this world. It's not about man or woman. It's human. It's brain. It's what you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. This and that. The fact that we even give a fuck about that shit is nuts. Unless you're trans, then calm down. But anyway, the rest of it, it's just like, who gives a shit what you are? Brilliant people, powerful people, all that shit, whatever. But that being said, Biden doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. Biden's the guy who still said he was a black guy named Corn Pop, and he would come by and talk to him. We all remember this fucking thing. And then he would go and be a lifeguard, and he would let black kids rub the hair on his arm because they didn't know what it was like. That's the wildest shit any man who's ever been that powerful has ever said in the world. And I'm sure Abe Lincoln just yelled the N-word while he freed people. So, like, it's just crazy.
And Jefferson yelled at when he nutted.
Oh, my God. I think 3 of his kids were named that. That's where they got the word. That's where they got the name N-word Jim. It's like, isn't that just one of Jefferson's kids?
They just kept saying it fast. It was Jim.
N-word Jim Jefferson. That was his name. Yeah, he was a shortstop for the Negro Sox back in 1804.
They're significantly bigger than the other team's socks.
They're much bigger, but it's but when you put them on, they just scream and then they're late somehow. I'm like, how are you late? Your socks. But yeah, it's no one's gonna help you. I'm sorry. Sorry, ladies.
Yeah. Just work really, really hard, set up, civilization,
By the way,
and then you can be in charge.
Bobby, I'm going to say this right here on here. You'll get what I'm saying. I'm not going to give away my whole joke thing, but I came up with a perfect ending to something else that I had before. So, in the joke where I'm saying certain people shouldn't be allowed to do anything till they qualify to a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, I say, now that they turn to this, they should go back to something else because it's supposedly harder or lesser than. I'm going to go back to that. And then the one after that is like and then eventually have to turn into the hardest thing there is to be good at. Stuttering John.
And then that would lead her. Oh, that's amazing.
Because that no, wouldn't lead to it. That'd be the callback to it.
Oh, the callback, even better.
Because I'd already established it. If I say it beforehand, they won't even know what I'm talking about. That'll be the pop because
that'll be a good pop. Okay, dude, that's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, I was thinking about this weekend. Does Biden still eat solid foods? Dude, I don't want to go too much into my new job, but I think I feed Biden. Like, my new job, when I'm working at a place where we have to have dietary plans for certain people. We had shepherd's pie we were serving for lunch today, and there's a pureed shepherd's pie. Dude, I didn't know you could puree all that, but you should see the color that is. That is a sweet color.
There's good old Pat at his job at the endocrine factory. The adrenochrome factory. That's what I meant.
That's right. I was gonna say I don't know the other one, but yes. Bobby, what you got?
So Pat, I figured this is July, right? And it's the start of
July
the new
1st.
month. And maybe we would try something a little new today. So would you mind if I presented my first story?
Don't we always present?
Kind of, but not like this.
I don't. Oh, you mean I have to hit a button? Okay. I thought you were gonna the fucking.
And maybe if you're in the chat, say if you like this or if you hate it, but we'll see what happens.
Do I have to go in the chat?
Welcome back, dear listeners, to another episode of the POS podcast. Today, we're diving into a story that blends love, technology, and a touch of sci-fi. Hold on to your rings, because this one's a doozy. Imagine saying, I do not to a human officiant, but to an AI. Yes, folks, a couple in San Francisco recently tied the knot with the help of a very digital Cupid. Let's jump into this tech-tastic tale. Picture this: a beautiful San Francisco day, flowers blooming, guests arriving, and a laptop ready to officiate. John and Jane Doe, two tech enthusiasts, decided to let AI take the reins of their wedding ceremony. And no, this isn't the plot of the latest Black Mirror episode. It's real life. Their vows were written by a state-of-the-art AI, ensuring they were both heartfelt and bug-free, Jane said.
It felt like the AI knew us better than we knew ourselves.
When it promised to love and cherish me forever, I had to ask if that was a server uptime guarantee.
Classic John, always thinking in terms of tech, but it wasn't all smooth code. The AI occasionally glitched, leading to some hilarious moments. At one point it said,
Do you, John, take Jane to be your internet provider?
well, Considering how much time we spend online these days, maybe it wasn't far off.
I nearly choked on my vows when it started reciting cookie policies. But hey, at least we know our love is GDPR compliant.
In the end, the ceremony was a beautiful blend of tradition and technology. The couple even danced their first dance to a song composed by, you guessed it, AI. The guests were amazed, though one was heard muttering.
I hope they don't let it choose the baby names.
So what do we think, listeners? Is this the future of weddings or just a passing phase?
Based on your reactions, I'm guessing you hope it was a passing phase on this show, huh?
We can ask the listeners for. I don't want to be fucking rude. Like you put in work. I'm not make shitting on you. I like that you come up with new ideas.
You know what? And what I like is that you won't just blow smoke. If you don't like something, you say it, and we can pivot and work accordingly.
Well, my problem with it is that we can't have conversation.
Oh, we could have paused and stopped at any point.
I
That's
understand,
on
but
me,
it's just like,
it
but
would've
I
been
can't have
like,
conversation with the person that's reading. It's okay if we're doing like a real news reporter, so we can shit on the news reporter, or and I don't want to make you do more work, or if there's visuals. But if you and I are just sitting in the corner and someone turned that show on, they would just turn it right off. It was just robot voice talking in the thing, or we'd have to have captions or something, which we could have in certain things. My ADHD can't do that. I can do it when I'm looking at you talking and vice versa.
Okay.
It was tuning me in and out. I like the idea of it. I
So-
think it's a fun little sketch thing or something. I'm not saying no to it, because if the listeners liked it, then I'll fucking learn. I can adapt.
Or no, we can adapt together, because I like what you're pointing out. Maybe I should be the narrator, cut my quotes, and just play those as I'm reading the story. That way, if there's a question, you could stop, talk to me. The quotes are 10 seconds long. It fits better. Everybody wins.
You're
your
big
style.
into quotes. You like quotes.
Yeah, I like a presentation of a story, man. I like set a scene.
I like just us reading it, because then we do
Yeah.
black voices and stuff, and then we do our own quotes. If you have a racist AI, then I'm in. But if not, the AI is not going to go, oh, look at this. Now we have a problem with technology. That's who we are.
Okay.
I
I
think
need
what you just did
3
is
more
above
of
our
that.
pay grade. Yeah, I think what you just
I
did is
need
above
3
our
more
pay
of you
grade.
doing that, and we'll be okay. I'll have my narrator for the next story. But okay, so basically, just to give you the idea of what happened here, there was an AI wedding. So like the pastor was AI handled all the invitations, the setting up, the music, like the timing, the AI the whole way through. There were a couple of glitches. At one point, he said something about the internet instead of another person. So I would say, is the piece of shit AI? Like, marriage used to be about God and love, and now it's about computers. Is the piece of shit the husband for not just being like, honey, this is a dumb idea. If you're going to put us in the newspaper, we can't be John and Jane Doe? Or is it me for putting that work in and getting those results? It's kind of like making chicken salad out of chicken shit. Pat, we'll throw it to you first.
Well, no, I think you would be making chicken shit out of chicken salad. I think it would be the other way.
Oh, so it was something good and I made it worse.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, because to make chicken salad out of chicken shit means you took something bad and made it better. And if we're on the fence, we're not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's shitty. I'm just saying we're not in agreement that it's better. Unless you're someone that really enjoys chicken shit. If you like chicken shit and you don't like chicken salad, well, some people don't like chicken salad.
Those people are dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's one of the better salads.
My favorite.
I know I sound old and stupid, but an egg salad on a good day, man, is fucking love me an egg salad.
Got
Then
some
again,
egg salad for you right here.
Egg salad's also chicken salad if you really think about it.
Well, which came first, huh? The egg salad or the
Yes.
chicken salad?
Me thinking about both those salads, I just came my pants. So fucking hungry. It's great. I just jizz when I'm hungry.
Ironically, I call my jizz egg salad because it came from
Nope,
my eggs.
Kevin, you can't have it. You can't have it both. You can't have chicken shit in your chicken salad because chicken shit has nuts in it, and then that's a dietary restriction. So we can't do that. Old Terry, I know you're saying I'm not old, but I'm guessing you're also like my age. So like we are old.
Pat's like, that spry young Senator Biden wants a second term as president, huh?
But the piece of shit in this story is not you. You tried something new. I appreciate that. We're only like this weekend in comedy. You and I talked about some certain things, and I was like, you only get better from the mistakes you make. Both like when you saw me making adjustments on jokes that I've been working on, and you're like, oh, I like that you changed the next day. It's like I wouldn't know it didn't work unless I tried one way and was willing to go, okay, this doesn't work. I don't give up on it. I just continue. So I appreciate you doing that as well. You came right out of the gate. You said, I'm going to try this thing. Sometimes I'm old school and it's hard for me to come out of the newer things. I try to do it, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong, but I appreciate that. So you're definitely not the piece of shit. You would be a piece of shit if you didn't even try. You said to me, I was thinking of doing this, but fuck that. That's a piece of shit. Tease me with something, then not do it. That's never you. So I appreciate what you did. The piece of shit is not AI. AI, as much as everyone wants to talk about AI being like the all-encompassing, all that shit, AI is still learning from us. Oh, I said I was old and stupid, and you were doing a joke of I'm not old. Okay, thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm so old I forgot what I said. But it's not AI because AI, no matter what, is still learning from us and doing things that we want to do. So AI would never have a wedding because AI is not religious. So therefore they wouldn't do that. They might have some sort of bonding ceremony or something different, but mostly something that would help you cut off your tax bracket. That's why you'd be living together in some kind of domestic partnership or something like that. So it's not AI. It's not even that guy. We're doing it. It's just people who want to cut corners. You know what I mean? Bobby,
No.
you right here is a great example. You did not try to cut corners. You tried harder to do it. You don't like the reading thing. I like the reading thing. That's what I do. And you've tried many different things to do that. Like, if you want to do dialogue things, you're trying to do it in a way you want to do it. So what if I say no? It doesn't mean it might not be the better way to do it. I just feel like if we start doing AI, therefore, then we're showing AI can replace you and I. All AI has to know how to do is call and figure out who the piece of shit is in the story. Then you and I don't need to talk anymore. And I don't want to Stephen Hawking the show up. I don't want to be like, bang, we hit a thing, boom, we hit a thing. I think all we've got going is me getting mad and making faces sometimes, and then you being quick-witted and stuff. So if we don't do that, then who are we? We're just robot voices. So I like that you don't cut corners, and a lot of shows that do what you were trying to do right there, I don't like them. So, but I like that you made the attempt. So fuck corner cutting.
Thanks. My piece of shit's anybody who went to this wedding. Just send an AI representative. What are you doing?
But how do you send one?
I'm sure AI knows how. Maybe it's like
but seriously, no, we gotta do better than that. That's cutting corners. AI. No, if we're doing stupid scenarios, let's say AI can send a representative. Do they physically do it? Is the wedding all happening on the internet now? Are we making it a destination? Can the AI take form into a toaster and be there? What can it do?
I mean, Kevin had a good idea of you could send a backup phone. I was personally thinking like instead of happy birthday Polly, it would be like happy wedding Jane and John Doe, and we would send those giant robots from Rocky IV.
Kevin also has the Uzi sentence of the day right now so far with AI. I didn't want to lose half its shit. He's going through divorce.
Good for you, Kevin. So yeah, no, I want the Polly robots.
Nepali?
The Polly from Rocky IV, you know that.
Oh,
giant
the
thing?
Paul. I thought you meant Nepal, like from the land of Nepal. Nepali robots, and I didn't know if that was a thing I wasn't aware of.
My goddamn robot keeps climbing mountains.
Yeah, but his robot wanted to have sex with him. I don't want that thing.
Happy birthday, Polly.
You know what? Terry's making quality points. You're right. AI could never think of Jar Jar Binks. That's an outside the box thing.
I make my AI call him Jar Jar Binks.
You know what? AI would also never think of like a double stack taco or a combo or anything where just somebody high is like these things. Because AI would go, makes no sense. Like, it does. Like goober grape, AI would never make goober grape.
So you're saying I'm not a pothead. I am the first bastion in the war against AI takeover.
You are the first bastard in the war.
I'll take it.
All right.
I was arguing with AI last night. It kept writing code that wouldn't work for what I was using. And like it kept just repeating and being like, no, you screwed up. And I kept being like, well, you wrote the code. And then finally I was like, I'm going to end this chat and I'm going to hurt myself. And that's on you. I want you to know this is the first strike in the inevitable humans versus AI. And it just didn't give a shit. It was like, fuck you. You're a pussy.
The fuck? Why am I? There it is. Okay. I've got a story that is a follow up to another story we did about 2 weeks ago. Remember the millionaire guy who punched a lady in the face?
Was this at his sex castle?
No. The woman was like, he was just in the street and he walked over on a camera and he slugged the shit out of her and then he just took off and no one knew why the fuck he did it.
I didn't realize he was a millionaire. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the big thing. He's a millionaire bigwig guy. Jonathan K is his name. He's a millionaire banker accused of slugging women at Brooklyn Pride event. Turns himself in, according to sources. The millionaire investment banker who allegedly slugged a woman in the face at a Brooklyn Pride event last month turned himself in the cops on Monday. Jonathan K, 52, was charged with second and third degree assault over the caught-on-camera attack that sent the victim crashing down on a Park Slope street back on June 8th. His surrender comes after the footage blew up online and leaflets with photos of him were plastered on utility poles throughout the ritzy Park Slope neighborhood where he lives with his family in a $4 million 4-bedroom townhouse. That's $1 million per bedroom. Kay, who was initially put on leave from his job as outrage mounted, resigned from his Manhattan-based at Moles and Company, an investment bank, last week. Kay, who was initially put on leave from his job as outrage... Oh, they put it twice. He avoided eye contact and skirted questions from reporters as detectives walked him out of the NYPD 78th Precinct in Prospect Heights just before noon, dressed in a blue polo shirt, beige cardigan, gray dress pants, and wearing a navy mask over his face. The violence erupted June 8th when Kay and members of an anti-Israel LGBTQ group clashed outside a cafe near the corner of 5th Avenue and 3rd Street following the Pride event. Sources close to Kay insisted days later that he only acted in self-defense after the group surrounded him and tossed liquid on him. His lawyer, Dania Perry, doubled down on Monday, saying Kay had been terrorized, assaulted, and surrounded by a group of unruly anti-Semitic protesters. When the previously released video does not show is that another video and does evidence we have shared with the DA does show that these agitators formed a ring at him, doused him with 2 unknown liquids, shoved him to the ground, and hurled anti-Semitic slurs at him. Terrified and injured, Mr. K managed to act in self-defense to escape the situation and return safely to his family. The alleged victim, however, insisted K instigated the attack and denied the claims that she and her friends had first hurled anti-Semitic slurs. He was literally a tornado of violence, the woman, only identified as Micah P., told the news. There was nothing. No slurs were said whatsoever, she added. We didn't even get a chance to get a read of him. He was enraged and terrified. He was a big, strange man who ran up on us and started swinging almost immediately. I've been around those. Micah, who claimed the chaos broke out after Kay called them a bunch of useful idiots. I like that they were useful. You know, you could have said useless idiots. Like, you're a bunch of useful idiots. Copped to tossing water on the banker, but only after he allegedly rushed after them. A 10-second clip of the ordeal, which doesn't show the moments leading up to the brutal smackdown, captured a flustered Kay allegedly walking away from Micah in his jacket covered in liquid. It's good that he had been arrested and brought under some form of carceral control. Ron Kuby, an attorney who's reps the alleged victim, told the Post on Monday. No slurs were hurled. They didn't know he was Jewish. They didn't know he was a supporter of Israel. They just seemed like a random crazy man, he added. Kay was expected to be arraigned later on Monday in Brooklyn Criminal Court. We are hopeful that the district attorney will fully and fairly consider these facts, along with the surge of anti-Semitic acts, protests, and attacks that is ravaging our city. We will aggressively fight injustice, and we look forward to a full vindication for our clients. Who is the piece of shit in the story? Is it our man, Kay, for slugging a lady, even after he was, according to him, brutally attacked, doused with water, harassed, and treated with slurs of anti-Semitism. He feels like he was defending himself. Is it the people that were supposedly throwing the slurs and water and doing all that in a protest that I guess is the fusion of LGBTQ and or was it like Israel? I'm not sure what the new combo is. It's anti-Semitic slurs. They're anti-Semitic, I guess, or anti-Israel. Which one hates the Jews? Anti-Israel or pro-Israel?
Pro-Israel would be pro-Jew. So they would be
So
pro-Palestine
anti-Israel.
or anti-Israel.
So why is anti-Israel involved with LGBTQ? Because it's just like LGBTQ wants to latch onto a group that people are talking about? Why would they be a superpower together? That makes no sense that they're ganging up.
A cynic I know would say that they're all based on wanting attention. So since that group has the attention now, they should go where the attention is.
Right, but I don't believe it's probably the anti-Semitic people are happy to have someone else there that takes heat off them and vice versa, I guess.
So yes, but what's weird is like there is a group of anti-Semitic people that aren't this group of anti-Semitic people. Like if John's name was John KKK, he would also still not get along with these pro-Palestine people.
No, he probably would not. I'm guessing, also the fact that he's white and Jewish and has lots of money, he doesn't get along with them all either, no matter what's happening there. But is it the lawyers 4K who say, hey, there's another video we have that shows that the reason why it happened? Release the fucking video. I know you're saying it's now that video now has to go into court. We're using it that way. This video got released right the fuck away. Leak the goddamn video. It's the way an OnlyFans person leaks their shit and says someone else did it. Leak the fucking video. Put the video out. If the video's showing that this guy was fucking grabbed and doused and slurred at and tortured to the point where he had to hit someone, is it still right that he slugged the first woman he saw? Absolutely not. But if he was fighting out the fence and he was, thrown off his game and was just taking swings, then okay. Then I got it. I guess I kind of get it. But leak the fucking video. If you're a millionaire, you're not worried about the slander or saying whatever. You've got all the money in the world. You got powerful lawyers. You can take these people down. Show the fucking video. You're not going to be worried about it at all. Unless there really is no video. Is it these groups that are out here saying they want to be heard, so therefore using violence and bullying, all the things that made them be what they are today? That's the thing. If you're in one of these groups, you were put in a locker as a fucking kid, you were given wedgies and shit, you were called gay or dumb or all that kind of stuff, whatever, and now you're using it again, the thing you hated the most. How about conversation? How about that? How about not worried about a guy who's a millionaire Jew banker in New York because he doesn't care about any of your issues. He cares about millions of dollars. That shit doesn't affect him at all because he's busy because he has a job. When you have a job, you don't worry about other people's bullshit. Work hard and you don't have to care about saving a panda who can't fuck right in Japan or some other bullshit that these morons do. So who's the piece of shit in the story?
So for me, it's his lawyers, not for the whole not leaking the video, saying there's a video thing. If somebody in general throws a liquid on you at a pride parade,
Run.
no, you just get to throw haymakers. That's the rules. Like they say, you should have never hit a woman. Getting hit with an unidentified liquid at a pride parade is one of those exceptions. At that point, you just get to swing at anybody who threw it at you.
First of all, Fun with Dirt says hi, Bobby. I don't know if you know Fun with
Oh,
Dirt.
hey, Fun with Dirt. How's it going?
Well, I will not acknowledge you, Fun with Dirt, because you didn't say hi to me. So no, I'm kidding. Hello. Well, Bobby, I don't know if you know a lot about pride parades. Sometimes when liquids are tossed, most people just catch it with an open mouth.
Oh, no.
You turn around, it's just R. Kelly. He's like, ha ha! Hi, Fun with Dirt. How are you? See? Guilt. That's how I get them all the time with the guilt. I feel like the piece of shit in this story is, surprise, surprise, Jonathan K., millionaire Jew. Because even though I just said he doesn't have to care about any of this shit, you still got to understand you can't punch a lady in New York City. You've got enough money to get to your car, make a phone call, and send goons to punch people. Use goons. We aren't using goons anymore. Goons were a big thing in the 70s and 80s and early 90s. Now we don't use them anymore. There are thugs that are out there. By the way, so many more now, thanks to Joe Biden and immigration, that you could just hire all these people. You got the best goons, not just street toughs from America. Boo. The best goons are like the best shoes. They're made in Taiwan and places like that. You get them out there, they're on little scooters going wing wing. They go by, they fucking punch a guy, they take off. They're fucking great. They got ninja moves. Fucking hire goons. A millionaire's hand should never be dirty unless he's fisting a hooker. That should be the only time. He should never be punching a lady in the face. Get goons.
Exactly. You run to the closest Home Depot and you can get them dirt cheap.
Yeah, Kevin and I agree. See? Hire people. You're putting money into the economy. You're making more jobs. You know what, Trump and Biden? I'm in. Because I'm going to hire goons to do anything. You need an abortion? Goons. You need a fucking babysitter for your child care? Goons. I'm just using goons.
That's 2 for 1 deal. I kill baby and baby daddy.
The goon will always help out in any way. Yeah, Kevin, you were right. Unless he's fisting a hooker, because that's the only way his stupid hand should be wet.
Is
Not
this
from
Cheney's
face
fault?
punching. John Cheney, Calbert Cheney. We had this discussion because at the hotel we stayed at, there was a Cheney room, and Bobby was like, "Oh, like for Dick Cheney." I'm like, well, "I always think of John Cheney, the coach at Temple, or Calbert Cheney, the guy, the basketball player, All-American basketball player for Indiana, and failure at the Washington Wizards."
I just meant because remember Cheney put that thug in, that goon, and then that came out that he told the goon to do it.
My good friend Mike Filati knows me too well. How fucking dare you, sir, call me out, knowing I'm just saying goons so I can write more goons. Or if
Mike.
I said, what if you took goons and they run at you and they throw crabs? They can be crab ran goons.
Okay, well, we've got our image for the picture. I love it.
No one's going to click on that. Vagina Cheney. Vagina Cheney. Vagina Cheney. Didn't he have a stupid trans daughter? He had something stupid, right?
Cheney?
Yeah.
Dick?
Dick.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, she was a lesbian. That was the great joke.
I forgot which kind of thing it is.
Yeah, this was pre that, but yeah, no. What are you gonna do?
Thank you, Kevin.
My favorite John Cheney story is when he told Calipari, "I'll fucking kick your ass" in a post-game press conference.
Yeah, he was gonna fight the shit out. John Cheney looked like E.T. It was fucking nuts.
He came ready to go, but so yeah, I think we found our piece of shit in that story.
We did, and now we need to find another piece of shit. So Bobby, present a story. That's how the show works. Are you doing that thing again?
How? No. I only did
All
one. Welcome back to the POS podcast, where we bring you the strangest stories from around the globe. Today, we're digging into a truly colorful tale from Turkey. What was up, Pat?
No, you went into in a world, so I wasn't ready for it. I didn't know what was going on. You're like, all right, buckle in, partners. I'm like, okay. Bobby's teleprompter's on fire.
Today, we're digging into a truly colorful tale from Turkey, Pat. Picture this. You wake up one morning and your dog has turned green. No, this isn't a scene from The Wizard of Oz. It's real life. Let's dive into the mystery of the green dogs. In a small Turkish village, several dogs.
Fucking stop! What is happening? Stop telling me to picture shit. Stop! What is going on? Why are we talking like this? We're just gruff morons. Now you're like, you're AI, Bobby. Are you not real anymore?
No, I'm just, trying to make our stories a little more visual. I'm trying to,
You do stand up by going, picture this?
Yeah.
Visual comes from normal talking.
I don't know, man. I don't
Go
know what
ahead.
to
Keep going.
do.
I'm sure everyone loves it. I'm sure I'm the asshole in this. I'm the piece of shit because I can't evolve. Picture this. I'm a bag of dicks, whatever that song is.
In a small Turkish village, several dogs turned green overnight, leaving locals barking up the wrong tree for answers. What was it? An alien invasion? A bizarre prank? Or simply a case of Mother Nature getting a bit too creative with her palate? I thought my dog had been swapped out with the Martian mutt. Turns out it was much more like St. Patrick's Day gone wrong. Experts were quick to sniff out potential causes. Some speculated it might be due to environmental pollution. Chemicals from a nearby factory could have leached into the soil and water, giving the dogs their new verdant hue. But the investigation is still ongoing. We are testing water and soil samples to determine exact cause. In the meantime, we recommend villagers use their pets to keep clean and avoid any suspicious green puddles. Despite the green scare, the dogs appear to be in good health. Their new look even sparked a trend, with locals starting to dye their own hair green in solidarity with their four-legged friends. So, what do we think, listeners? Is this a case of accidental artistry, or should we be worried about the environment? You let us know. Pat, who's your piece of shit in this story? Is it anybody who dyed their hair green to match their dog, or clearly the local factory that's polluting the environment so bad dogs are turning green?
I don't know, listeners. What should we do? What the fuck is going on? I feel like you're in a comic book from the 50s. It's like, look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Bobby's story. Dun, 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 dun. First of all, Terry, yeah, I know Rosebud Baker. She's hilarious. I didn't know she was Cheney's granddaughter. That's fucking great. I don't know that at all.
She was the goon he sent in.
Fucking no goons. She's very funny. The piece of shit is in factories. Factories do what factories do. You know what I mean? You're not making a factory unless you're gonna make a little mess. You know,
Yeah.
there's no good factory. You gotta have some shit coming out. I'd much rather a factory make dogs green than a factory make a Chinese kid make a shoe. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be. I know that's not pro animal, but I'm pro people first. Always will be. I like animals too. Always going for folks before I go for pets. You know, because I'm a folks, not a pets. So I don't mind that at all. Is it people trying to dye their hair like a dog? No. People always try to fucking match. I mean, if anything, this sounds like it's white people shit, but matching your dog to your hair, that sounds like black people shit. So if anything, it's cultural appropriation because black guys are the ones who are like, you can't wear that hat with them shoes. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, nah, they got to match, man. So trying to match your dog with your hair, that sounds like some good fucking fashion tips to me. And that sounds fine as fuck. It's dogs. What the fuck are you doing? Lick it off. You can lick your own asshole and get poop out of there. You can fucking do it all. Work it out. You ain't got nothing else to do. You're fucking dogs. Work it all day. You got a big stupid tongue. You got your dumb wet nose. You can work it. Lick some of that shit off. Grow up.
Lick it off. Lick it off. So I kind of agree with you. It's not the factories. Like at the end of the day, factories are going to pollute, and if your town's not protecting you, that's on you. It's not on the people dyeing their hair to match their dogs. Normally, I hate when a white person gets old and looks like slowly their appearance starts to match their dogs. You know what I'm talking about? The old lady.
Yeah,
with
the
bangs
Shar
and bangs.
match the drapes.
But this is an active attempt. This is going, I want to be like my dog. So I at least respect that a little more. I think the piece of shit's me for not doing better voices. So hopefully by my third story, I can figure that out for you there, Pat.
What? I know you're doing, but like, what were the voices supposed to do? That story doesn't. I mean, dogs don't talk. Were you gonna be? You have old people, I guess, involved. Kind of not really old, but like, what would have? I don't know what voice would have been better. I just don't know if voices for that story work.
No, I don't think they did. One was supposed to be a villager, so I tried to do it like an old timey villager, and then the other one was supposed to be a scientist, so I tried to make him Asian.
Oh, okay. Is that story real?
Yeah,
All right.
all of my stories are real, but there aren't. Like there may not be a clear piece of shit like this one. Unfortunately, I thought this would be a better story.
No, Kevin, you're right. He did do an Asian voice, but I think Asians do more jobs than just science. So it's like I think he needs to like address that going, Oh, look at me in my rab coat. Oh, I'm in the laboratory. I hear you a bunch of like if he said like that stuff, then I get it. The Asian still needs to talk about the things around them, like in an improv sketch.
I should do that more. These are all great notes. If I don't kill myself after this episode, then we'll put them in for the next time.
Oh, don't kill yourself, Bobby. It's just Pavlov's dog. Pavlov, you fucking ruin it, and then it fucking happens. So eventually, I understand the whole story.
There we go. We got there.
Pavlov.
I should have done the whole thing as Pavrov.
Yes, Mr. Hands in the Pants. I also like that Bobby did a North Carolina hick impression in the middle there, too. I like that, too. I think that was supposed to be his villager.
That was my villager, yeah. Does Terry mean ignore the voices as in the ones telling me to do things in my head, or
Yes.
as in stop reading the voices? I don't know what he
Yes.
means.
Terry means voices in head say shh. I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me. Randy Orton's theme song. Wrestling dork right there.
Well, I'm glad you did that instead of mine, which was the Phantom of the Opera. So
I wouldn't have gotten it. But then again, we were both talking about something gay.
happy Pride.
Oh no. Trying to do my story, but the thing won't close. God damn it.
I thought you oh-no'd my happy prize. Pride month. And I was
No.
like, oh, guy.
Well, it's over. Pride. It's July 1st.
Oh, no.
No mas pride. No mas.
Well, you're going to hate my last story.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna. Well, first of all, by the way, what's up, guys? Didn't mean to be a POS staying silent. I was taking a shit, so my POS was on my fingers. Now you're a piece of shit. Because now I think about you, Mr. Hands in your pants. First of all, your fingers are always in your pants, so why would we be shocked if you're pooping it with your hands in your pants? If your hands were up, we'd be like, fucking liar.
Thought it was the Mr. Potato Head Play-Doh riff that got to him.
Yeah, unless his pants were on his head, then it wouldn't matter.
I got pants on my head.
Everybody's. Okay. What's up, Scott Fitzpatrick? How are you, sir? Everybody's favorite lady is back in the news. Hawk Tuah girl Haley Welch reveals the truth about her life and newfound infamy in first interview. Haley Welch, better known as Hawk Tuah girl, after her X-rated clip. I wouldn't say it's X-rated. Is it X? It's R-rated. X is like her vagina's out.
Just her thing of you got to spit on that thing, give it the Hawk Tuah is PG. Like that could get into a PG movie if there's no further explanation.
You could, because the thing, if the whole conversation is in there and you know the context, then it's R, because they knew what you're talking about.
No, I just that quote though itself could be PG.
Right. But they said X-rated.
Cancel my girl.
They said X-rated clip from an interview, so we got to go a little farther. No, it's not canceling her. It's the exact opposite. What's happening with this? From an interview in Nashville, where she's now wearing a cowboy hat, because I guess now she's a cowboy, propelled her to viral fame. Has given her first sit-down interview since the infamous segment. Speaking to Barstool Sports, Brianna Lapaglia on the Plan Brie Uncut. That's quite the name. Podcast Monday. Welch, 21, attempted to dispel some of the internet's rumor mill's claims about her. She isn't a teacher. Her dad isn't the farthest thing from a preacher. But her dad is the farthest thing from a preacher. I had heard that too. That her dad was a preacher and he was upset about
I
this.
heard
It's
that
not
one.
true at all. She said she works at a spring factory in her small Tennessee hometown. Oh, I work at a spring factory. Oh, they're all bouncing all the time. Oh, but we know her. We know Hawk Tuah. We know how you do Hawk Tuah. You want to spin on your cock right here? I don't know why I became Cartman or whatever. But
It was
she said
Bing Bong. When Bing Bong is our supervisor.
Oh, Bing Bong. Hello. She said she worked at a spring factory in her small Tennessee hometown and was getting ready for the graveyard shift at 2 a.m. when she spotted the video of herself going viral. She said she deleted her social media accounts long before the video, in which she famously shared a favorite bedroom technique in a country fried southern drawl. I don't think she was sharing a favorite bedroom. I don't think she was saying that she every time throws mad spit on it. Because, like, okay, if your girl does that once, you're kind of like, whoa. But every time she's like, you're like, all right, I got to go somewhere else. What the fuck is going on? And why do you need that much lube? What's happening with your dumb mouth?
I think you got a deviated septum, ma'am.
However, she confessed she nearly shit a brick when she learned of her instant internet fame. Well, she's classy. Now she's trying to parlay her off-the-cuff onomatopoeia catchphrase into serious cash. She's already sold tens of thousands worth of branded merch and now has an entire management team and video team following her every move. They're making a documentary. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our time. That's all we can do.
Call it a day, folks.
LaBiglia is dating country star Zach Bryan, who's, by the way, LaBiglia is the person interviewing. Not Hawk 2 is not dating this guy now. Zach Bryan.
It's like, holy shit. Good for him.
By the way, but Zach Bryan brought Welch on stage at his show in Nashville on Saturday. She appeared on the podcast wearing the same outfit, Daisy Dukes, white boots, a white tank top, and an oversized cowboy hat that she sported during her appearance on the show. Welch recalled the moments leading up to the night her life would change forever. When carousing with friends in the streets of Nashville after the CMA Fest Music Festival, she told the Piglia, "Next thing I know, there's a microphone in my face." Welch credited her extroverted personality with her evocative response about a typically private subject. "I could talk to a brick wall if you really let me." She likes bricks.
She's about as smart as a brick.
Yeah. At a spring factory. She said she thought nothing of the YouTuber's street interview at the time and never expected to see it again. Sure enough, seen it again, she said. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is Hawk Tuah girl for talking? Is Hawk Tuah girl, she needs to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Hawk Tuah girl was fine in that one thing. The more she talks, the dumber it's getting. This happens a lot when people get a little bit of fame from one dumb thing and they think we want more from it and we don't want more from it. You know what I mean? Like, Catch Me Outside, how about that? She needed to shut the fuck up right away. There became like a bootleg version of her. Those two girls were really fucking annoying after a while. We didn't really need it. You say one thing, you fucking move the fuck on. I don't like any of this shit here. She's saying that she's becoming dumber and more annoying. The fact that she's at a country concert, I mean, it's not helping sell tickets, so I don't really get it. I mean, I almost would be like more on board if she was just like at Verizon wireless openings. You know what I mean? Like, Hawk Tuah, can you hear me now? Or something like that. And she's like, the things, or a Cricket wireless more for her. It's like, get your Cricket Hawk Tuah on, you know, it's like, or something. But the fact that she's at a concert that's already sold out, I would, if I'm there and I paid money, I'm like, wait, the Hawk Tuah girl's coming to sing? I really don't want to hear this. Like, why would I care? She's not like known as a singer. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I know she's 21 years old. She's young and she's got blonde hair, but it's not like she's hot. You know what I mean? Like, she's not gross, but she's just a normal 21-year-old girl and who works at a spring factory and fucking the sticks and talks like a fucking idiot. I was nearly shit a brick when I saw myself on there. I could talk to a brick wall if you let me. I once put a brick in my mouth and yelled Hawk Tuah. All right, we don't care. First of all, Hawk Tuah is the stupidest thing ever. The fact he said it once is funny, but no one gives a fuck anymore. So it's the piece of shit.
She looks like she had to learn Hawk Tuah to compete. Like, that's how she looks attractive looks wise. Like, she's not hot, but the fact that she does that dirty shit makes her competitive.
Well, see, this is what I was gonna say for my next piece of shit. The next piece of shit, the person who obviously said Hawk Tuah to her first. This is a stolen thing. I can tell right away when someone's doing something like this. Someone else right now has been fucking getting in her ear going, you fucking know you owe me money, right? Like, we were hanging out at the bar and I made the Hawk Tuah joke and you literally just repeated my Hawk Tuah joke. I said it, I had a whole thing. And she's like, yeah, I'll take care of you later. I swear to God. So why don't you just give me a little credit? Say you heard it from me or whatever. It's like, well, no. It's my thing now. I'm Hawk Tuah, whatever. But yeah, I'll take care of you. And then now there's going to be lawsuits later. Someone did that. Is it Zach Bryan for bringing her up on fucking stage and then like using his girlfriend at Barstool? The two of them working together to get the exclusive Hawk Tuah shit? What the fuck is going on? Barstool's doing fine. Zach Bryan was doing fine. Why do they need Hawk Tuah rub? What's going on there? Unless they're going to make a threesome with her and then people will watch that movie, have her Hawk Tuah, both of them, Hawk or Tuah and Tuah or Hawk, then you can do that. Or is it the media for continuing to cover this? We don't need an interview. And if there is an interview, just watch the interview. We don't need a news story written about the interview because the interview was fucking, if that's the highlights, holy shit, the lowlights must suck. That's the dumbest thing ever. Or is it Nashville? Always dumb. Nashville's dumb. Who's the piece of shit?
Luke Bryan. Like, he already lucked up and has a way too attractive wife at Barstool. So, you know, he was just like, yeah, go interview people outside the bar at my concerts. That'll be fun. And now he lucked into the Hawk Tuah success too. It's going to be short-lived fame. It's going to help his career much more than hers, and that's pretty much how it's going to go. The best thing that could happen for Tuah is she somehow parlays this into a podcast on Barstool.
I can't see her getting a full podcast. Where she should be is like on Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
On shows like that, like where they're just fun and silly, joke with her and stuff like that. Legion
Kind
of
of like Philly
Skanks.
chick on Race War. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean a character. Just have her be on there. But like the old Howard Stern, the one that was great, would have had her on and then like shit on her. Yeah, and you're right, Kevin. And eventually would be like, hey, you should do porn. There's nothing else you're gonna do. You should just do porn, because that's where a lot of people go when it starts to fail. They just go there. But she's not, or at least some kind of dumb commercial thing. Like back in the day, she would have been Girls Gone Wild. You know what I mean? They would have thrown her on that or something like that. Or she'll just end up being on like cruise ships, like booze cruises and stuff at spring breaks. She'll be
Or
a lady,
tour
going out
guide.
and doing
Yeah.
shit like that. Or if you're really gonna do it, if you're a lube company, you hire Hawk Tuah girl right the fuck now. KY Jelly, it's like
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
if you can't Hawk Tuah, you buy KY Jelly. She's like Hawk Tuah. It's like I can't anymore. I'm getting older. It's like all right, well, if your Tuah's not hawking anymore, KY Jelly. She should be on there. You're welcome. $1 billion thing I just gave you.
Yeah. But like, what is it? Quaker Steak and Lube? She could be like their Jared.
Quaker State? Oh, I mean like
What-
for cars?
No, I think it's called Quaker Steak. Like you eat the meat and lube.
Oh, I don't know that. Yeah.
It's like a chain of restaurants it's like a TGI Fridays, but yeah, use her and make her your
With
Jared. Something like
lube?
that. It's built like an old gas station. I don't know all the details.
Oh no! I just say it's like ew. Like, what? How bad's the food where you have to fucking lube
Push
it
the
down?
Quaker Steak, yeah. Gosh. All right. Well, Pat, I thought today was still Pride Month, so I apologize. My last story is kind of Pride related. Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, Bobby, it's never not Pride Month in my eyes.
So you ready for this one?
I'm all ready for this.
Greetings, listeners, and welcome back to the POS podcast, where we bring you the strangest love stories since Romeo and Juliet. Today, we're venturing into the virtual with a tale that's sure to make your circuit spark. Imagine marrying your true love, Pat, and she's a hologram. Yes, folks, a man in Japan recently said I do to a fictional character. Let's dive into this pixelated passion. Meet Takashi, of course, a man who found love in the most unexpected place, a hologram. His bride, Hatsune Miku, is a virtual pop star beloved by millions. While some may find this strange, for Takashi, it was a match made in cyberspace. He said, Miku understands me like no one else. Plus, she never hogs the TV remote. Takashi said, when I first met Miku, it was love at first bite. You get a Pat? Bite. B-Y-T-E. Okay, I just want to make sure you got the joke. The wedding was a grand affair, complete with a virtual ceremony of guests both real and digital. Some attendees were surprised. Others were supportive, and a few were just confused. Takashi's best friend joked, I guess the honeymoon will be a software upgrade. Narrator. That's me. The marriage raised many eyebrows and questions about the future of relationships. Can a hologram provide the emotional support a human partner can? Takashi seems to think so. He insists, Miku brings me joy every day. Our love is as real as any other. An expert said virtual relationships are becoming more common, especially in tech-savvied cultures. They offer companionship and comfort, even if they lack a physical presence. Despite the naysayers, Takashi and Miku are happy. They plan to live out their days in a high-tech apartment filled with the latest gadgets. As for kids, we'll cross that binary bridge when we come to it, Takashi said. So, listeners, what do we think of this? Is this the future of love or just a digital dream? Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Takashi? Like, he's literally living out Archer. We watched it a little bit together this weekend. Krieger makes his digital thing that he marries. He's literally living it that. Is it the digital thing? If you're a pop star with millions of followers, you're going to marry the creep who programs you? That's a little weird. little possessive. Is it feminists? Where are they? There's a man controlling this woman, literally. Or is it anybody who went to the wedding, not just to mock him? Pat, who do you think?
First of all, it's the second story you've told where one of your options is it people who go to weddings? I think there's some like dark seated thing with Bobby here and just hating weddings. Like we had 2 out of our 3 stories where like weddings that shouldn't happen, marriages, even in the future when things can be not exactly what it's supposed to be. AI, Bobby doesn't like women so much that even when AI take on the form of women or robots do, he's just already now against that.
Huh? You picked up on that?
Yeah, I got that a little bit. That just even the second they start becoming females, you're like, all right, well, technology sucks.
But not the way I want it to, am I right? But
Now it's not the female robot thing, whatever, for wanting to marry what she sees as her god. Like, so yeah, we're saying losers because we know who he is, but that's her god, that's her creator. That's she doesn't all being powerful. That's the one that brought her. So why would she not want to bask? The same way as a cult. All this is a cult, but the cult is the cult now is just a robot or technology that this guy creates because they're like, we need to sleep with you because you're the all encompassing. It's this guy because he has enough skill and talent to be able to pull a woman, to have a relationship. He could do it without it. Now, he could say it's because he's too busy or he wants things that, he's not getting what he wants out of it. But there's way bigger losers in the world who get real women. So it's like he focused too much on the fucking brain and not enough on the fucking game. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get the best woman. Okay, I'm not. If you're thinking you're trying to get 10s or even 7s, you're not getting 7s. But you can get a 5 with an interest. You know what I mean? He can really get somebody to come on in and go, "Hey, look what I'm building." She's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Hey," he goes, "Listen, all I have to do is this. You have to be sitting there at the bar and like sketching something. What women are nosy. What are you sketching?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. Just this project I'm working on. It's a patent thing, whatever." She's like, "Oh, really? I'm smart." Really? But anyway, you go, "Oh, good, because I could use a second set of eyes." Like literally, your eyes are pretty, and I want to see if we can copy those and put them in the robot. She's like, "Wow, that'd be really cool. If my eyes were in there." "Yeah, why don't you come on over? Check it out." Now she feels like she's helping, she's doing something, and now he can have sex with this lady. And all he does is he just scans her more, he learns more, and now the robot can adapt from her to do whatever. And he's got a real woman. So, like, it's not that hard. You just have to think outside the box a little bit so you can get a little bit of box a little bit, you know?
I do think it may take a few more steps than just, hey, I'm creating an artificial woman. Can I scan you? I think she may have a few more.
There were steps. I broke down all the steps. He got her there. He talked to her. No, but if he just said that, fine. No, eventually, if that works right, she's offering the scan, not him.
Oh, I like your style.
Yeah, that's exactly how it would work because she thinks now it's like our robot. But he's like, "Bitch, I robot."
Me. For me,
well, iRobot was a movie. So.
For me, I agree. For me, the piece of shit is the NSYNC, the group NSYNC. Okay, we just had to watch Maroon 5 do their music video where they played Sugar at a bunch of weddings and people went nuts. Mr. Justin Timberlake, Mr. No Reunion, doesn't want to get together, but he needs a distraction, something to get his name in the news for good things. You show up and you play digital get down at this dude's wedding. Boom. You're welcome. That's a piece of shit. It's NSYNC.
Wait, we had to watch Maroon 5?
Yeah, you didn't see their like they did that thing where they just popped up at weddings uninvited to play that song.
Oh no. I thought you meant like you and I at some point had to watch Maroon 5. Like, I don't remember that. But like, oh, you just mean people in general watch. I didn't see it. No, so I haven't seen that trend.
Oh, well, pre-2012, that'd be cool to see Maroon 5, but then post-2012, it's a little rough.
Well, I don't think that the band NSYNC should ever be the piece of shit. They're 5 talented individuals who stood the test of time. Some of them are so brilliant that they can just drive a car drunk and just fucking scoot.
Just be at a concert hitting people the next night.
And then the night later, just being in Boston performing somewhere. A couple of my friends went to the concert. And everyone's like, no one gives a shit at all. His fucking wife was there dancing around in the audience, not giving a shit.
Did you know he has a song, I Can't Drink You Away?
Well, yeah, that's him with Chris Stapleton, though.
I'd just play it on loop if I was the prosecuting attorney. Did you try, though, Justin? Did you try to drink her away?
Well, no, he tried to drink them away. It was about the cops.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they pulled him over, and he's like, bye, and he just kept driving. He ran through his stop sign saying, trying to drink you guys away. Like,
They're like,
you're
did you try
driving.
Jack? Did you try Jim? How about their friends?
He's like, well, the last time I jacked off Jim, I got in jail for 3 days, so I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, and it was Pride Month.
But it's not Pride Month anymore.
No, it is not. Which means it's
Robots
1 month
should be
away.
part of that. What about Robot fucking month?
No.
RFM?
Mm-mm. No objects. We have the rule, no objects.
No, that was something I tried to put in there. Remember, guys who want to fuck objects should be in the Pride group.
Oh, yeah.
On one of our Thursday Thoughts thing. I tried to put those people in there.
I forgot. I got confused.
They're called objectives. They're people that want to sleep with objects and be in love with them, not just like bang a catcher's mitt or something, but like marry the catcher's mitt and say it's his wife. Say that those people should be in that same group. If we're gonna have two Spirit Jones, which is not a thing, we should have guy who fucks a couch, because guy who fucks a couch is a real goddamn thing.
If you marry a computer, it is kind of like the guy who signed a deal with Amazon instead of signing with Nike or Under Armour for his shoes, so he could wear whatever he wants. Like, your wife could be whatever porn you look at, I guess.
Kevin, what would AI orgy month be? What would that? So, it's an orgy of just AI. Is it an orgy where you're there and then AI, you put these things on your head and it makes you feel the senses of an orgy? Is it a bunch of robots in one person? That could go good or bad. I think if you could get like the Neuralink and you could just feel like you're just being sucked and fucked everywhere, then I mean that's for you. I don't want to be fucked.
I just thought
you're gay.
I just thought it was the opposite of No Not November. Where you just use AI to come as many times as you can.
I had to look quick to make sure it wasn't Al Orgies, maybe some guy I don't know. Or he's like, he was a UK punk singer, Al Orgy. It's like,
AI orgies, that meme they have, right? Where they're all Iversons.
yes, Allen Iverson is also an AI as well. Bobby, this has
Pat.
been a fun return from our comedy shows, but we do have another comedy show together coming up in about a month. August 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's my album recording. I'm very excited about the material I'm doing. I really need you guys to be there and pack this place the fuck out. So if you live anywhere that's anywhere close to Mohegan Sun, it's a casino. It's one of the biggest casinos in the world. It's a super fun place. You can stay at night. Just get a room. Do it all now before they pack the place out. But come to the shows. One show Thursday, one show Friday, 2 shows Saturday. The shows on Saturday will be the ones that sell out before any other ones do. So either buy them for that ASAP or just buy tickets to the Thursday or Friday if you want to be like in a looser, more fun scenario. And those shows will be the ones that will be easier for us to hang with you afterwards, because Thursday night and Friday night will be a one show and hang. Saturday, if you go to the 6th, we're not really going to be able to hang with you unless you're like around the casino afterwards and you after the second show. But we like you to come out and chill. We're going to record some content from there as well, but just all hang out and meet all you guys. So go on over to comicsroadhouse.com. Looser. I think you mean loser. Comicsroadhouse.com for your tickets. It's August 8th, 9th, and 10th. And also make sure that you join us there. Go over to our Patreon. Join that. That helps us out a lot. If you join there, we have our Thursday Thoughts shows that are on there all the time. And also this weekend, we did a bonus episode. Comedian Mike Massero, who was with us. So if you saw us live at 1 o'clock, the show that's out now, it's the one with the Compound Media stuff. By the way, Bobby shared a lot of fun stuff. If you haven't watched that yet, Bobby's thoughts on Compound Media once they closed. Go check out that episode and a bunch of other fun stories. But another one with comedian Mike Massaro. Bobby had a great story about a guy shitting his pants on a plane so crazy it was nuts. It's over there, so go watch that bonus show. It's about an hour long. It was a fun one. It's over there. And go check out that show on there as well. If you want to support the show, you can also Venmo. I have the thing on the running thing there. And besides that, like, subscribe, all the fun things. And Bobby, got anything else to plug?
No, you hit the big ones. Make sure you get tickets to Pat's album taping. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a live podcast, so please come out. Always a good time. And Pat, if you can't beat them, if you can't join them, beat them. And don't be a piece of shit.
And if you are going to beat them,